Hi, welcome back. In today's video, we would like to create a class called car. Here is my class. I have a constructor here that has three arguments apart from the self, and these three arguments are assigned to attributes called self.brand, self.model, and self.year. So whenever we create an object of the car class, we are going to call automatically the constructor, and these arguments are assigned to attributes. Then we are having a function called display info. So whenever this function is called, we're going to print this information. So the year, the brand, and the model. So the attributes. Okay. Now let us create objects. The first object is created and it is called car1. In order to create that, it is assigned to be equal to car, the name of the class, and then in parentheses we are having three arguments as we discussed here. So the first one is the brand, the second one is the model, and the third one is the year. For example, the first object is storing information regarding a Toyota Camry and for the year of 2022. Then we would like to create another object called car2, and this one holds the information regarding a Honda Civic for 2023. So these two objects are created, and these three arguments for each object is passed as argument when calling automatically the constructor. So the Toyota, which is the second argument here and the first argument here, let's say the first argument without considering the self. So brand is the first argument, which is Toyota in the first object. Then this brand is assigned to the self.brand attribute. The model Camry is assigned to self.model, and 2022 is assigned to self.year. So this is how the information is stored for the first object. And for the second object, Honda, is assigned to the attribute self.brand. Then Civic is assigned to self.model, and 2023 is assigned to self.year. So this is how these two objects are created, and they are passing information regarding two different cars. Then, in order to call this display information with the first the data for the first car, let's say. So we would like to show information regarding the Toyota. We need to use the first object because we use the first object to pass these arguments. This is why when we want to talk about Toyota now, we're going to use the same object. So car1.displayInfo, so this function. Then whenever this display info function is called, this line is being printed in the output saying that, for example, 2022 Toyota Camry. And then we use the second object to call the same function. However, this time the information regarding the second car is going to be shown in the output saying that 2023 Honda Civic. So when I run this code, we see the output is like this. So one time the first function is called, the display info function is called for the first object. Then the same function is called for the second object, and these two information are shown in the output. Please note that for the constructor, we didn't have any message to be shown in the output. So we could have, for example, a message saying that, for example, the constructor is called. Okay, so now when we run the code again, when we are creating these two objects, we see that the message is printed twice in the output. And also we don't have destructor for this example, but we could have also a destructor by which which could be activated when we are deleting these two objects. For example, in the end, we could have car1 and then car2. So now we are deleting these two objects but nothing is being printed out in the output because we don't have a destructor in our code. If we were having a destructor, we could have a message like a print showing that, okay, the destructor is activated or it is called. Thank you for watching.